Chosen one, pause and let these words settle into your heart, because what you're about to receive could be the very key that alters your financial trajectory once and for all. For too long, perhaps you've felt as though money slipped through your fingers no matter how carefully you tried to hold it. You may have wrestled with bills that never seemed to end, or hovered in that uneasy space of just getting by, silently hoping for a breakthrough you couldn't quite see. Yet here, in this moment, the universe is offering you a pivotal piece of insight. One decision so powerful that, if embraced, can pivot your entire financial future onto a new, brighter path. Before we venture further, please do 3 things. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and comment with the number 777 below. Typing 777 declares to the universe that you're committed to welcoming the transformation that's been waiting for your signal. Take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, and as you exhale, let go of any tension that's lingered in your body. The tension we carry about money often acts as a silent barrier, blocking the flow of abundance. This decision that stands before you isn't merely about a new job or a quick scheme. It's about a fundamental shift in the way you perceive, handle, and invite finances into your life. Let's consider how many of us have spent years operating from a place of lack, a mental script that says, "It's never enough," or "I have to cling desperately to every penny." That mindset not only perpetuates financial strain, but it also skews our ability to recognize new doors that could open. The decision is to abandon that scarcity-based narrative and replace it with a stance of open-hearted expectancy, trusting that resources are available, solutions are manifold, and you are both worthy and capable of receiving them. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet, making that decision in earnest is a profound act of will. It's announcing to yourself and to the cosmos, "I'm done with limiting beliefs about money. I release old patterns of fear and insecurity, and I choose to engage with life as though wealth, in all its forms, is my birthright." This might feel audacious if your history is peppered with financial heartbreaks, late notices, rejected loan applications, or job rejections. Nevertheless, it's precisely in audacity that new realities are forged. By shifting from a mindset of "I can't afford this" to "How can I afford this?" you stir your inner problem solver, your inner creator, setting an entirely different chain of events into motion. That how invites strategies, insights, and sometimes near miraculous alignments you'd otherwise overlook if you remained locked in a fatalistic mindset. You might recall times when you glimpsed this perspective without consciously naming it. Moments where you said yes to a small investment, a course, or an idea that your heart nudged you toward, even if your bank balance wavered. Perhaps those decisions seemed reckless to onlookers, yet they opened new pathways you wouldn't have discovered had you waited for the perfect time. This is the essence of the decision, to prioritize vision over fear. The universe consistently rewards courage aligned with sincere intention, especially when that intention carries a desire to better not only your own circumstances, but also the world around you. Money is, at its core, an energy that amplifies your inner state. When you come from a place of growth and generosity, it amplifies that. When you operate from greed or desperation, it intensifies the negative. Embracing a higher vision for your finances is thus both a practical and a spiritual pivot. Of course, such a stance requires discipline. It's not about ignoring bills or being reckless with what you have. In truth, the person who decides to see money as abundant becomes more responsible, not less. Why? Because once you realize there's enough to go around, you also realize your actions, how you manage resources, treat clients, or show up at your workplace, carry even greater significance. You're no longer operating on autopilot, resigning yourself to a paycheck that never rises. You become proactive. Maybe you request that promotion, start a side business, or clear your living environment to invite fresh energy. Each of these actions is an extension of the decision that you are worthy of more, that you trust in possibility rather than defeat. Imagine living with that sense of trust daily, waking up each morning and, instead of dreading the day's expenses or obligations, feeling a surge of optimism, curious about where new opportunities might surface. Maybe you chance upon an old friend who's launching a project and needs your skills, or you stumble across an online tutorial that teaches you a profitable craft. Maybe a single idea crosses your mind, seemingly out of nowhere, that can be developed into a lucrative venture. The universe loves to deliver such surprises to those who are mentally prepared to act on them. That's why the key decision is so crucial. It shifts your inner landscape from one that repels solutions to one that magnetizes them. But how do you maintain that stance when life continues to throw curveballs? Because, let's face it, even after making the vow, you might still face unexpected bills, car troubles, or health costs that test your newfound resolve. This is where consistency comes into play. The decision is not a one-time utterance. It's a daily reaffirmation. Each time adversity arises, you remind yourself, I chose to believe in abundance over lack, and I stand by that choice. This doesn't nullify the inconvenience of the bill or the stress of a sudden expense, but it reframes how you respond. Instead of succumbing to panic, you approach the situation calmly, brainstorming creative solutions. You might rework your budget, ask for a payment plan, or explore a side gig. The universe, seeing your willingness to stay grounded, sends nudges. A friend who knows a mechanic offering a discount, a colleague who splits a cost, or a short freelance job that covers the extra expense. The synergy between your mindset and your action forms a loop, each empowering the other. You may also notice that certain relationships change once you adopt this perspective. Some people around you might remain stuck in a cycle of complaining about money, recycling negative beliefs that clash with your new standpoint. Don't try to force them to change. Each soul is on its own journey. Instead, focus on preserving your own energetic hygiene. If certain conversations spiral into hopelessness, graciously shift topics or politely remove yourself. Protect your mental environment. The decisions you make about who and what you allow to influence your thoughts are just as critical as the original choice to see money from a vantage of abundance. You are the gatekeeper of your mind's garden. Only you can decide what seeds get planted there. Another powerful catalyst is generosity. The fear-based mind asks, how can I give if I barely have enough? But the abundance-focused mind recognizes that giving, however small, is an act of faith, proving you believe in a universe that replenishes what is shared in good spirit. This doesn't mean you recklessly donate what you need for rent. It means you intentionally carve out a portion, be it time, kindness, or a small financial sum, to help another. In doing so, you reaffirm your trust in the flow. Time and again, you'll see that generosity has a magical boomerang effect. Blessings often return to you multiplied, occasionally from entirely unexpected sources. Indeed, giving is one of the best statements of confidence you can make to yourself and to the cosmos. If you find yourself craving step-by-step instructions, consider these guidelines. First, uproot limiting money beliefs. Identify them in your journal, trace where they originated, and replace them with supportive affirmations. Next, set concrete yet flexible goals. For instance, aim to earn an extra $1,000 a month or to start clearing a certain debt by a specific date. Let these goals reflect your newfound belief in possibility, but also remain open to the universe delivering in ways you didn't anticipate. After that, practice daily gratitude for every sign of abundance you encounter, whether it's a small discount at the store or an unexpected windfall. Acknowledge these moments as evidence of your shift. Then, incorporate giving, perhaps a weekly or monthly act, no matter how modest. Finally, refuse to let momentary setbacks define your future. Treat each obstacle as a test of resolve rather than a verdict on your worthiness. One lesser discussed but equally vital angle is the role of joy and creativity. Money is attracted to vibrant, living energy. When you are passionate and creative, you exude a frequency that draws others to you, employers, clients, collaborators. Have you noticed how certain people or businesses simply glow with life, and success seems to swirl around them effortlessly? That glow is the synergy of purpose, joy, and alignment. If your current job feels stifling, ask how you can inject a bit of creativity or personal flair. If you're self-employed, look at how you can improve or innovate what you offer. Spark your excitement. The universe responds eagerly to the unshakable joy that arises when you do something that resonates with your essence. This joy is a magnet, pulling financial good in your direction. Watch out for negative self-talk or the impulse to compare your journey to someone else's. It's tempting to see a friend's or colleague's financial leap and berate yourself for not being there yet. Each soul has unique lessons and timings. By draining energy through comparison, you block your ability to harness your personal path. Instead, let others' successes remind you that growth is attainable. Celebrate their victories as glimpses of what's possible for you too. This shift in perspective dissolves jealousy and fosters an environment of mutual upliftment. You build camaraderie instead of rivalry, which can lead to beneficial partnerships or learning opportunities. Perhaps you're still unsure about your future direction. Maybe you're juggling multiple job offers or business ideas. The surest guide is your intuition, especially when it aligns with a sense of excitement rather than dread. Fear will sometimes disguise itself as caution, so it's not always straightforward. That said, notice how your body reacts to each option. Tension and a deep sense of reluctance might signal a path that's out of sync with your essence, while a gentle flutter of eagerness might indicate you're onto something. This doesn't guarantee no challenges will arise, but it does point to a route that harmonizes with your personal energy. Aligning your decision-making with intuitive resonance is part of the one critical choice you must make, to favor expansion over staying stuck. If you recall times in the past when money arrived in a surprising manner, you might see the blueprint in retrospect. Perhaps you were momentarily open, or you took a small leap of faith. The universe capitalized on that moment, dropping in the help or resources you needed. The difference now is to live in that open posture consistently. Instead of occasional leaps, cultivate an ongoing practice of trust, gratitude, and generosity. This transforms sporadic windfalls into a steady flow. Indeed, the universe loves consistent alignment. It's as if you're telling life, I won't vacillate. I am committed to the reality that abundance is my domain. And life, in turn, responds with a reflection of that unwavering stance. Discipline still matters. Embracing abundance doesn't mean you max out your credit cards assuming the universe will bail you out. That's recklessness masquerading as faith. True faith balances vision with reason. If you want to invest in something, do your homework, but maintain the mindset that success is achievable, that adversity is surmountable. Faith and discipline are complementary. Faith opens the door to creativity and intuition, while discipline ensures you manage your resources wisely once opportunities unfold. Each day, you reaffirm that you are not a victim of finances but a co-creator with the capacity to shape your monetary reality. On a deeper level, your financial transformation often correlates with inner healing. Old wounds about worthiness can reflect in your bank account. If a part of you feels undeserving, maybe because of past mistakes or criticisms, money can slip away the moment it enters your life. Embrace self-forgiveness. Acknowledge that you are more than your errors, that you are a dynamic being capable of growth. This emotional clearing paves the way for lasting financial changes. The universe yearns to bless you, but you must be ready to accept, to fully own that you deserve an easier life, a more prosperous path. This readiness isn't arrogance. It's a humble acceptance of your place in a universe that doesn't delight in your struggle. Surround yourself with narratives and people who expand your sense of what's possible. Read biographies of those who rose from poverty to success. Listen to mentors who overcame staggering odds. By immersing yourself in stories of triumph, you reprogram your subconscious to believe, if they can do it, so can I. Each story becomes a stepping stone, guiding you across the mental chasms that used to trap you. Pay attention to any cynicism or envy that arises. These indicate parts of you that still cling to limiting beliefs. Transform that envy into curiosity, that cynicism into determination. Gradually, your mental library of possibility outweighs your mental library of doubt. You might also experiment with daily affirmations or mantras, a short phrase repeated enough times that it imprints on your mind. Something like, wealth flows to me freely and I use it wisely, or I am financially secure and abundantly provided for. Each repetition chips away at old scarcity tapes. Some might roll their eyes at affirmations, but they are a potent way to harness the mind's plasticity. Words shape worlds. If you find a particular mantra resonates, speak it in the mirror, write it in your journal, or whisper it before bed. Over time, your environment and your habits will begin reflecting the truth of that statement. As you progress, look for small confirmations that your choice is effective. Maybe you find a discount on an item you needed, or your boss unexpectedly acknowledges your hard work, hinting at a bonus. Let these little wins encourage you. Show gratitude for them. This is the universe's way of granting you previews of bigger things to come. Each preview doubles as a test of your faith. Will you dismiss it as trivial or celebrate it as evidence that momentum is building? The wise path is to celebrate, to magnify that spark so it grows into a flame of continuous manifestation. If setbacks appear even after you've made this crucial decision, don't interpret them as cosmic betrayal. They may be refining your dedication. You might face a sudden job loss or an unforeseen bill that puts your vow to the test. In these moments, stand firm. Affirm you still believe in abundance. Ask yourself, what can I learn here? How do I respond in a way that matches my new identity? Usually, once you handle that challenge with unwavering composure, the tide swiftly turns. It's like the universe needed to see if you truly trust your new path or if you'd revert to fear at the first sign of adversity. To take this further, consider your environment. Your home, your workspace. Do they mirror abundance or echo chaos? Remove clutter, organize your finances. Place small reminders of prosperity around your living area. Maybe a vision board, a motivational quote, or a single coin displayed with reverence to symbolize gratitude for every resource. Such tangible actions solidify your intangible beliefs, grounding them in the physical realm. Each time your eyes rest on these tokens, you're reminded of your decision, reinforcing it at the subconscious level. At this juncture, if you haven't typed 777, do so. Affirm that you choose to see finances through the lens of possibility, that you reject old stories of limitation, and that you are ready to step onto a path where resources follow intention. This simple act is more than a typed number. It is your energetic signature. The universe notices commitments big and small. Watch how, in the days or weeks after making that vow, synchronicities pepper your life. Maybe chance meetings or seemingly random ideas cross your path that could yield a boost to your income or an innovative method to manage your budget. Accept these signs as gentle confirmations. Hold compassion for yourself. Changing your financial destiny involves unlearning a lifetime of conditioning. You may slip up, get anxious, or second-guess your choice. That's normal. Gently guide yourself back to your anchor. The knowledge that you are a creative being capable of forging new outcomes through fresh beliefs and consistent action. Each time you bring yourself back, you strengthen your mental muscles, much like returning to a workout after skipping a session. Over time, the new way of thinking and living becomes second nature. You'll look around one day and realize you no longer panic over bills. You no longer cringe at the thought of checking your account, because you've woven a new story in which money is a supportive ally, not a menacing burden. This crucial decision also fosters a deeper bond with life's bigger tapestry. Money ceases to be a separate worry and merges seamlessly with your spiritual journey. You begin to see the same universal laws that uphold your moral or emotional breakthroughs also guide your financial breakthroughs. Scarcity in one area often mirrors scarcity in another. By freeing your mind in the realm of money, you unlock expansions in love, creativity, and self-esteem as well. The universe rarely isolates blessings. Once you commit to an elevated perspective in one dimension, you'll find expansions in multiple spheres. That's the ripple effect of your singular choice to see money not as a harsh boss, but as a fluid, ever-present resource you can direct wisely. Another powerful tool is practicing mental rehearsal. Athletes visualize their performances in detail, priming their muscles for victory. You can do the same for money-related scenarios. Visualize yourself nailing that job interview or calmly negotiating a contract that doubles your profit. Imagine your bank app showing a figure that once seemed impossible. Picture paying off your debt in full, feeling a weight lift from your shoulders. This mental rehearsal fortifies you so that when the real moment comes, you operate with confidence, not uncertainty. That confidence translates into persuasive energy, whether you're dealing with clients or collaborators. The universe picks up on the vibe that you're ready for success, and events align accordingly. As your finances improve, remember your moral compass. Think about how you can use your resources to benefit causes dear to you, or to uplift those who are where you once were. Compassionate prosperity is the ultimate testament to your transformation. By sharing your journey and your wealth, be it wisdom, connections, or money itself, you multiply blessings all around. You also guard your heart from arrogance. True abundance fosters humility, understanding that the universe is the ultimate source, and you're simply a channel. This reciprocal flow of giving and receiving keeps your growth dynamic. Eventually, you'll pinpoint the moment you switched from a state of, "I hope finances will improve," to, "I am confident resources are already finding me." Maybe it was when you typed 777, or when you first launched a new project, or when you decided to systematically replace every negative money thought with a constructive alternative. That shift might seem invisible to others, but inside you it's like a sunrise. From that pivot onward, progress feels more fluid, more inevitable. This is the hidden power of decisions anchored in faith and followed by action. Through it, you tap into a cosmic principle older than any human economy, that we live in an abundant universe eager to reflect our convictions. As you persevere in this new mindset, let your story become an example to people still shackled by fear of lack. Without forcing your views on them, shine by example. Let them see how you changed from anxious to assured, from scraping by to stepping up. They may seek you out, asking for advice or hoping to replicate your results. Offer your insights kindly, remembering how desperate you once felt. This is the ripple effect of your transformation, how one choice can spark many others to reconsider their assumptions about money. The universe delights in using awakened souls to ignite broader shifts in collective consciousness. Sometimes your own transformation will reveal deeper callings. Freed from incessant financial stress, you might realize you've always wanted to create or serve in a more meaningful capacity. This new sense of purpose can lead you to a role you never imagined, founding a nonprofit, launching a groundbreaking product, or traveling to share knowledge with underserved communities. Freed from the mental chains of survival mode, your spirit soars to broader visions. This is how one single decision, the vow to see money through a lens of possibilities, spirals outward, affecting career paths, life missions, and global contributions. At times, you'll reflect on your older self, the one who flinched at the sound of an unexpected expense, who used to hold back on dreams because of money constraints. Feel compassion but also pride for how far you've come. You'll realize that everything that once weighed you down contributed to your wisdom. The mistakes you made taught you discernment, the heartbreaks taught you empathy, and the near defeats sharpened your resolve. Now you harness these lessons to sustain a level of abundance that's not just about numbers, but about peace, fulfillment, and the freedom to direct your days in alignment with your heart's deeper calling. If you detect a subtle background whisper of doubt asking, "But is this truly possible for me?" Hush that whisper with a firm yes. This is not about guaranteeing you'll transform into a billionaire overnight. It's about guaranteeing you'll step into a dimension of life where your finances reflect the greatness of your potential, not the smallness of your fears. The universe doesn't lie, nor does it play favorites. It resonates with clarity and conviction. By shifting your perspective and following through with day-to-day actions, you broadcast a signal that you are open to receive. And that signal, dear chosen one, rarely goes unanswered. Keep a daily routine of reaffirming your choice. Upon waking, remind yourself, "I am open, receptive, and ready for financial miracles." Then proceed with your tasks, attuned to the nudges of intuition that might guide you to a new contact or a different approach. If you sense a spark in your mind, maybe an entrepreneurial idea or a sudden desire to research a particular field, follow that lead. Momentum is built in these small steps. Over days and weeks, these steps accumulate into significant change. By the time the results become visible externally, your internal transformation will already be rock solid. After embracing this single decision wholeheartedly for a stretch of time, you'll discover you have changed not just financially but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Fears that once haunted you lose their sting. Patterns of self-sabotage unravel. You stand with a new dignity, not because an employer or a client bestowed it upon you, but because you claimed it from within. This is the apex of the journey, realizing that while money may enhance your life, the real treasure lies in the mastery and self-belief you've cultivated along the way. And so, dear chosen one, I invite you once more, comment 777 if you haven't already, sealing your commitment to this one pivotal decision that will alter your financial future. Accept that it might feel strange at first, especially if your life circumstances argue otherwise. But that's the essence of faith. You don't wait for conditions to be perfect. You shift your mindset first, trusting reality to follow. The universe loves boldness. It answers leaps of faith with leaps of opportunity. By declaring 777, you're effectively stepping onto the stage of your own metamorphosis. When doubt knocks again, and it will, greet it politely but don't let it move in. Let your gratitude be the frontline defense, your generosity be the standard you carry, and your unwavering belief in possibility guide every choice. The seeds you plant with your words, thoughts, and actions will bloom in due season. No force can bar them from flourishing if you maintain the environment of faith and perseverance. Keep shining that readiness, and let life respond with the shimmering reflection of the abundance that has always been your birthright. In time, you'll look back on this moment as the turning point. You'll see how one decision to embrace money as a friend, to treat it as an enabler of growth rather than a dreaded or idolized entity, sparked a domino effect of blessings in your relationships, opportunities, and personal evolution. The universe is neither stingy nor cruel. It's waiting for your signal that you're serious about transcending old limitations. By stepping up and saying, I choose abundance, I choose responsibility, I choose a higher perspective, you align with a cosmic rhythm that has been playing all along. You just needed to tune in. With all this said, remember your power. You hold the pen that writes your story. Even if you've penned chapters of financial struggle thus far, you can flip the page and begin anew. No one can make this choice for you. No circumstance can be so dire that you cannot pivot. In every crisis, seeds of transformation lie dormant. By adopting a fresh lens on money, you water those seeds, and soon enough, green shoots of new life break through the soil of your old limitations. That's the miracle of conscious evolution, turning the desert of lack into a garden of possibilities. Chosen one, your moment is now. May these words remind you that you're not here by accident, that your struggles were the training ground for an era of flourishing. Stand tall in that knowledge. The universe sees your readiness and awaits your decision. Embrace it with all your heart. Let your mind adapt to the new paradigms you're introducing, and allow your actions to validate your shift. This synergy is unstoppable. Type 777, feel the energy shift within you, and proceed boldly. Your financial tomorrow is being shaped today by this singular choice. Let it be one that ushers in the life you've always sensed was possible, because indeed, it is.